Truth about doctors and nurses. The truth about doctors and nurses. The truth about doctors and nurses. Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna, Brianne. I don't give advice, suggestions, information, recommendations. I do share with you my perspective on different topics. I hope you like, share, subscribe. Channel names are pinned to the top of the comment section or description box below. So, the truth about doctors or nurses. I believe that it's an amazing profession or professions, the people in the medical field that go beyond just doctors and nurses. They're dedicating their life to a profession that is often overworked, understaffed, exhausting, put under a lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility, and sometimes the pay is not anywhere near what people often think. And they're making a lot of sacrifices. They make personal sacrifices, financial sacrifices, all kinds of sacrifices. I think some of the mistakes that people make is to think that doctors and nurses are superhuman. And they're not. They're people just like anybody else. And so what happens is people have this unrealistic set of expectations that doctors and nurses are perfect people, that they're going to always make perfect decisions, that they can figure out every single problem and come up with every single solution. And sometimes that's just not so. Doctors are limited, nurses are limited. They most often do the very, very best that they can within their scope and their scope of knowledge. And many save many people's lives. And without doctors and nurses, where would we be? It would be a terrible, terrible mess. And yet, I think people put unrealistic expectations upon doctors and nurses to be superhuman, that they know all the answers. And often they're still searching for many of the answers themselves. They're always a learning in progress. They're always learning. And so when we go into a doctor or a nurse, we have to remember that it can take time. It can take time for them to understand what's going on. It can take time. It can take, just that they may not know all the answers up front. They may seek the answers, but they may not know all the answers. And like I said, I think today's medical profession is so overworked, so understaffed, and so much goes on. Are there nurses and doctors, some who are better than others? Of course, in any kind of field. We have people that are excellent at what they do, that specialize in what they do. We have other people that are, just so-so. And so that can be in any area of life, not just with doctors and nurses. But I do think that there is a special recognition that should be given to doctors and nurses because it is not an easy profession or professions to be in. The medical field day in and day out, what they have to go through, what they see, the pressure they're under is tremendous. And yet, as a patient, we rely on them. We rely on them for their knowledge, their expertise, their compassion. We're relying on them. And yet, I think it's important not to have unrealistic expectations of what we expect from them. The system is not perfect. And being that it is not perfect, and in my opinion, far from perfect, I think that it's important to recognize the imperfections in the system, and you need to have your own advocate or be your own advocate to the best of your ability. Always remember that doctors and nurses are people. They're probably doing the very best they can under the circumstances and doing the very best that they can to help you. Do remember that there are some that are better than others, and there are some that are more skilled than others. And so we want to find the right ones if we need them, and the most skilled and the best ones that we can find, knowing that even they will probably not be perfect. Okay? From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.